Imagine this. Close your eyes and picture yourself in the middle of an unforgiving ocean. The sky is dark, almost black, with clouds swirling ominously above. The air is thick with tension, and you can feel the electricity of the storm in your bones. You're on a tiny boat, a mere speck in the vast, angry sea. Walls of water rise around you, towering and menacing. The wind howls like a wild beast, tearing at the sails and whipping the rain into your face like bullets. That was us, caught in the fury of the storm. The Tempest. She wasn't messing around. This was no ordinary storm. It was a force of nature, a living, breathing entity determined to swallow us whole. The sea churned and roared, a chaotic symphony of power and rage, waves the size of buildings, crashing down with relentless force. Each wave threatened to capsize our fragile vessel, to drag us down into the depths. Fear? You bet. It was a fear that gripped us by the throat, a raw, primal terror that left no room for anything else. We're talking raw, primal fear, the kind that strips you down to your core, that makes you question everything you thought you knew about yourself. It was a fight for survival, a desperate struggle against the elements, every man fighting to stay alive. The crew, seasoned sailors all, were pushed to their limits, muscles straining, hands blistered and raw. They battled the storm with every ounce of strength they had. It was a test of endurance, of willpower, of sheer determination, to keep the boat from going under. The waves crashed over the deck, the wind howled in our ears, and the rain lashed at our faces. But we held on, driven by the primal instinct to survive. We fought with everything we had, refusing to give in to the storm's fury. Then, just as suddenly, it stopped. The storm passed, leaving behind a stunned silence. The sea, once a raging beast, was now calm and serene. The sky cleared, and the first rays of sunlight broke through the clouds, casting a golden glow on the water. We had survived, but we were forever changed. The memory of the storm, of the fear and the struggle, would stay with us always, a reminder of the power of nature and the resilience of the human spirit. Silence. Weird, unsettling silence. The wind died. Rain stopped, like someone flipped a switch. Above, a circle of blue sky, sun almost mocking us. Around us, a wall of mist. Inside the wall, pure chaos. We were in the eye of the storm. Beautiful, terrifying. Exhaustion, relief washed over us. But a gnawing fear remained. We knew this peace was an illusion. We clung to each other, shared stories. Dark humor, a coping mechanism. A reminder we were alive, for now. This shared experience, it forged a bond, stronger than steel, forged in fear and uncertainty. If you enjoyed this journey, like, subscribe, and share our lens of life unframed. Your support means the world to us. Every second counted. The clock's hands moved with a relentless precision, each tick echoing the urgency of our situation. The storm was closing in, and we could feel its breath on the back of our necks. The crew's eyes darted between the clock and the horizon, where dark clouds gathered like an impending doom. We were racing the storm, and the storm always wins. Check the engine, patch the sails, secure anything that moves. The wind howled through the rigging, a constant reminder of the chaos that was about to be unleashed. The engine room was a hive of activity, with engineers working feverishly to ensure everything was in top condition. On deck, sailors climbed the masts with practiced ease, their hands moving swiftly to repair the sails that would be our lifeline. Every piece of cargo was tied down with meticulous care, for even the smallest object could become a deadly projectile in the storm's fury. Every man knew his role. There was no room for hesitation or doubt. Each crew member had trained for this moment, and their actions were a testament to their skill and dedication. The deck was a symphony of coordinated movements, with each sailor playing their part to perfection. The bonds forged through countless voyages were evident in the seamless teamwork that unfolded before my eyes. No time for panic, only action. The storm's approach was a test of our resolve, and we met it head-on. Faces set with determination, the crew moved with a sense of purpose that left no room for fear. Orders were given and executed with military precision, each task completed in a race against the clock. The pressure was immense, but it was in these moments that true character was revealed. The quiet was our enemy now, lulling us into a false sense of security. We couldn't let it. The sea, deceptively calm, stretched out before us like a mirror, reflecting the ominous clouds that loomed on the horizon. It was a deceptive tranquility, a brief respite before the storm's fury would be unleashed. The crew remained vigilant, their eyes scanning the horizon for any sign of change. We knew that the calm would not last, and we had to be ready for the tempest that was sure to come. The tension was palpable, a silent reminder that in this race against time, every second truly counted. The air grew heavy, the silence deeper. We all felt it. It was as if the very atmosphere around us was thickening, pressing down on our shoulders, making it hard to breathe. The sea, usually a cacophony of sounds, was eerily quiet. The only noise was the occasional creak of the ship and the distant rumble of thunder. We exchanged glances, each of us knowing what was coming, but none of us daring to speak it aloud. The tension was palpable, a shared understanding that words could not capture. The storm was coming back. We had faced it once before, and it had left its mark on us. The memory of the howling winds and the relentless waves was still fresh in our minds. We knew what to expect, and that made it all the more terrifying. The sky darkened, the clouds swirling in a menacing dance, as if mocking our efforts to stay afloat. The waves began to rise, no longer the gentle swells of a calm sea, but the angry, churning waters of a brewing tempest. We braced ourselves, ready for round two. Every man and woman on board knew their role. We moved with a practiced efficiency, securing equipment, checking and double-checking every knot in line. There was no room for error. The storm would not forgive mistakes. We held on to the railings, our knuckles white with the force of our grip. The ship groaned under the strain, but we held firm, a united front against the fury of nature. This time, we were prepared. We had learned from our previous encounter. We donned our rain gear, the thick, waterproof fabric a small comfort against the impending deluge. We worked together, a well-oiled machine, each of us knowing that our survival depended on the person next to us. The ropes were checked and tightened, every piece of equipment secured. We were ready, or as ready as we could be, for the onslaught that was about to hit us. As prepared as we could be. Determination etched on our faces, we looked out at the horizon, the line between sea and sky blurred by the approaching storm. Our hands gripped the railings, a physical manifestation of our resolve. We knew that the next few hours would test us in ways we could not yet imagine. But we were ready to face it, together. The bond we shared, forged in the crucible of the storm, was our greatest strength. The eye of the storm, a cruel joke. A moment of deceptive calm in the midst of chaos. We had been there before, lulled into a false sense of security by the stillness. But we knew better now. The calm was temporary, a brief respite before the storm resumed its assault. The water around us was eerily calm, the sky above a clear, unsettling blue. But all around us, the storm clouds loomed, a reminder of the fury that awaited us, a reminder of the power of nature and our own fragility. The waves crashed against the ship, each one a testament to the raw, untamed power of the ocean. Lightning split the sky, illuminating the roiling sea in stark, terrifying detail. We struggled to keep our footing, the ship lurching and groaning under the onslaught. In those moments, we were reminded of our own smallness, our vulnerability in the face of such overwhelming force. But we also remembered our strength, our resilience. We had faced the storm before and we would face it again, together.